Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts.
Hey everyone, checking in on the market. So we had a bit of the Buffett effect. Everything pivoted and a complete shift in sentiment. We had a little bit of a bounce on Thursday, but really that news that came out after hours of Berkshire Hathaway buying Amazon for the first time was a complete shift in sentiment that had us looking very bullish on Friday, pretty much across the board in all sectors. So the S&P 500 is right on the verge of the all-time high again. Very brief and quick consolidation, losing the daily uptrend, not confirming the downtrend. Remember, to confirm the downtrend, we would need a lower high and lower low. Still possible, of course, at this point, if we were to be unable to break 294.95 and we dropped down and broke 289.52. I don't think that's a likely scenario, but it is still a possibility. Looking at it on the weekly time frame, we still have not really started consolidation. The S&P 500 has seen a higher low on the weekly time frame 5 weeks in a row. We have to break that pattern to look for the clear shift and pivot point to pull back to form that weekly higher low. So still a lot of comfortability for the bulls. IWM continuing its daily uptrend. We pulled back. We saw a higher low, higher high, higher low, new high of 2019. And the next resistance level that we're looking at, we can see there's a lack of resistance in this range. I'm looking at 162.74 as the next price level. And anything above 155.68 will keep the bulls in full control of that daily uptrend. QQQ on the daily chart certainly looks like a bull flag. Very little follow through. We had lower lows with no bear follow through, and we're right at the all-time high, same as SPY. So 191.22, 191.32, 191.32 is the double top. So that's the level that the bulls want to break on Monday. First thing, to be confident in continuation. And from there, we're just looking at psychological levels. 132 would be next. So very strong tech sector, very strong here for the Russell 2000. Financial sector, trying to confirm the daily bull flag. 28.14 has to break to do so. We got up on Friday to 28.12. So again, just knocking on the door. Pretty much everybody right on the verge of a key short-term resistance breaking. SPY, QQQ, XLF. Let's see, XBI held on to its support, so we have a daily equilibrium forming. I'm looking at the low of the dump, high of the bounce, higher low that formed and held support by about 37 cents. And now it's all about 87.71. If we cannot break that resistance level the first day or two of trading this week, then we'll stay in this tightening range probably the majority of the week. So it all depends on whether or not the bulls can see another green day of continuation. And looking at this on the weekly time frame, building a base of support, but still have to break resistance, the top of the bounce at this point. The healthcare sector has continued to remain way stronger than the biotech sector. Very brief consolidation. We still haven't topped out, and the bulls are still looking back at 91.03. So this was a complete flush out where we saw the bearish reaction to politics and Medicare for all and Bernie Sanders and all that. And it's being completely recovered. And if we cannot break 91.03, we're looking down at 88.50. It's now a benchmark of support in the short term. And if we keep this little daily uptrend, it's a complete recovery on this weekly time frame. That being said, normally you give me this chart and I would say I would still expect that lower high to form. But if there's anything that this market has shown me in 2019, it's that the less likely scenario for the bulls can certainly happen. And that happened with the V-shaped recovery for the S&P 500 to get to its all-time high. And of course, looking at the VIX here, I'm sure a lot of people got faked out with the very bullish start to the day on Thursday, looking like we were going to get our second solid green day in a row for the first time in a very long time. That was completely wiped out. Red Maribozu closed at the low of the day to end the week, and we're looking down at 12.50. And again, there's still a lot of price action here, and not that it's going to act as support because this is not the same kind of instrument as a stock as far as that goes, but just the fact that we have seen SPY so strong while the price has held up for the volatility index here. So we'll be keeping an eye on that as well, because as long as that remains the case, and if we can build a base around here that the VIX bulls are comfortable holding on to while we see S&P 500 continuation, it just sets it up nicely for these quick spikes whenever there's the slightest sign of weakness in the S&P 500. So overall, bulls remain on parade thanks to the Buffett effect. We've now gone through the majority of earnings season. We've gone through the FOMC last week, and now we have a period without a ton of short-term catalysts. Of course, we're still watching the narrative between the China and the US deal. I think a lot of that has been priced in to a certain degree as well. We've seen so many news blips and tweets about close to a deal and all that. So I don't think that that's going to have a huge impact on what the market's going to do short term. But other than that, we're just going to see if these bulls can continue and break these key resistances first thing Monday to get that conviction going forward. So again, we're looking at QQQ, SPY, and XLF all to test a key short-term resistance to try and see that continuation move. Hope you had a good weekend. Going to do the commodities video here a little bit later today, and we'll see you all on Monday. Have a good Sunday.